What's up, y'all? This is your girl, Miss Terrell. Thank you for stopping by my channel, Esteemed Queen and Mentality. Be sure that you like, share, subscribe, hit that notification bell down below so that way you get to know when we have all of our tea talks. And if you're interested in our Dream Entrepreneurship webinar, our tea talk book club, or whatever else we have going on as far as the sneak previews for each tea talk and all that in between stuff, you can go over to our warrior community that is located on Patreon. Now, my bad, y'all. It's raining where I'm at, so you may hear it against the window, you may not. It all depends, but just stay focused with me. Just stay focused with me. But yeah, I like the sound of rain. Do y'all like the sound of rain? If y'all haven't, been able to tell, like, I love tree houses. Like, I love tree houses. So I wanted, where I was going to be sitting and doing my videos, I wanted to have that theme, because what are tree houses mainly known for, right? Where friends gather and, they just make it comfortable. You know what I'm saying? That's like they safe haven. They get mad at their parents. They go to their little tree house. They get mad till it rains, and then they go in the house, and it is what it is. But nonetheless, I love tree houses and I love nature. So yeah, so it just kind of just plays in. But I don't know, I like the sound of rain. I don't care to be all out in it, but I don't care for the rain. I'd rather take rain than snow. I don't know about y'all, but nonetheless, get your water, get your wine, get whatever it is that you're sipping on. Go ahead and get it and bring it close, okay? Now, today's tea talk is really interesting because I already had this treatment ready so far long ago. It was just exciting for me to come across another YouTuber that had the same mentality and perspective that was mine, but it definitely elevated my sense of thinking, especially when it now comes to me thinking about when I meet people now, what the purpose of them being acquainted with me is for. So shouts out to Rodney the Voice. I don't know if he watches my YouTube videos or whatever, but he definitely, y'all need, look, when we done, then go over there. But shouts out to him. I like his videos because, of course, it's a different perspective, and it's still insightful because I feel like it's from an older perspective. With me, from my perspective, from where I'm sitting, what he said and how he said it definitely showed me that he had a lot of wisdom behind what he said, and he meant it, because I got a huge confirmation off of what he said to do this treatment. So like, I'm literally skipping ahead an episode just to bring you this tea talk because it's still on my mind, it's still on my brain, and it just happened recently. So he was pretty much reviewing his point of view about y'all know that forehead girl, B Simone or whatever, Loud and Line. LLB Simone. Loud Line B Simone. It is what it is, child. But nonetheless, she said something that, everyone has a point of view about what they can take away and what they can get back from the situation. But he made a very valid point. Rodney made a very, very, very valid point. And that is, you're making this list of all these things to bring to the table for this other person, and if you can equally bring all these things to the table with this person, then what are y'all sitting at what y'all sitting there at the table for? You can equally be an adult, stable, and mature. So what's going on? That's going to be another video. However, with this situation, the treatment that I wrote for this episode is, quite frankly, the most honest confirmation that I've received watching another YouTuber this far. And that is, it had me having to look at myself, writing the comment of being an adult and being stable and being mature, because those are all those things. I'm all those things. And so it's almost as if, like, he just got homegirl to homeboy with me and was just like, look, you bring all those things to the table, so what is it you really looking for? What is it that you really after? And so I have wrote this episode, right? And pretty much it's more or less, are you, leveling, or are you settling? You feel me? Like I said, great parallel. Great way to navigate on into this tea talk, because a lot of times, let me tell you something. Excuse me, there's so much truth in what he said, because a lot of times we find ourselves gaining our voice from whether we decide to give up or give in. And so we build ourselves back up to gain all those things that we lost, all those things that, we feel as if like it was worth sacrificing to be able to be with, to do whatever. And when that time frame goes on and is by its business, and your journey continues, you find that you gain more than what you lost. And so now that you physically, probably materialistically gain more than what you lost, now it's a thing of, all right, so you got that part of your life back, but now it's time for you to have some type of metamorphosis mentally, for you to mentally match physically what you look like. So this is when you level up, when everything seems to be parallel. But where we seem to settle at, and I'm only speaking from experience, is that though you've leveled up and moved from that old mind frame, that old neighborhood, that old way of doing things, you still seem to have that settling mentality of where you came from. So you have new shit but an old body. You know what I'm saying? Like, that only works, I would think, one way. You know what I'm saying? You trying to, fit into something that don't fit you, or you trying to wear something that, needless to say, you wear well. It's either one or the other. But when we decide to settle, we decide to take whatever it is we know, or anything at all. So it was a really interesting self-awareness check, because I had to put myself in this perspective on the settling mindset when it comes to a counterpart. And so, yes, you may know, you may be aware of the former, but that's what it is. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's its staple. It can't go anywhere else. A lot of things, if you learn from them, they don't return as a lesson. You move forward with knowledge. So, needless to say, it let me know I still got a little bit of work to do. And that's fine. I honestly, if I was to be real transparent with y'all, and y'all can tell me down below, I think the thing that's most unfortunate about understanding the difference between leveling and settling, and don't cut me up too much in the comments about this, okay? Just think about it and just put agree or disagree, okay? We can go over to the warrior community and we can finish up this conversation and, you know what I'm saying, talk about it and debate about it there. But I want to say this. I find that it's easier for people to level up material and physically. You know what I'm saying? I feel like we have more people that settle now mentally, because unfortunately character has been the number one thing that's been assassinated in people. When I say that in context of, let's be real, y'all. I mean, we in a tree house. Can't nobody hear us all the way up here. Okay? A lot of these rappers, It's the main ones out here telling you, influencing you to live that life. That puts a lot of folks into facilities that they're cages animals. That's the influence they give us, and then that's how they treat us. But then they go put on suits, y'all, and say, let people out. Make it make sense. You gonna start the fight. You gonna throw the rock and hide your hand, put on the suit, and show up and sit on the front row. Are you serious? Are you serious? That's what's assassinating the character of people. The media. We believe everything that we see, and then we're shocked when it's not true. Or the other way around. Yes, art imitates life, but life is real. Okay, so no matter how much, we pull our wardrobe, hair, and makeup, I'm going to tell you from both sides, watching, living, and the third one is learning, is that every desire you have is part of your soul. So for everything that you want, you give up a piece of your soul for. Okay? So understand, if you say, oh, well, I want a car, and no, by all means, any needs necessary, you get the vehicle, but it has the highest fucking interest rate. Bitch, you better off walking. Okay? Get you a yearly supply of some Nike Air Maxes, and you'll be better off. But that's a piece of your soul you can't get back. That's a piece of your credit you can't get back. That's a piece of your money. That's a piece of your youth. That's a piece of your work ethic that you can't get back. You feel me? It's just like the industry. You want those things, but you see you're working so hard for them. And you have them, but you have them, but you ain't got them. You feel me? People frown upon starting small. I say start and stay small only because corporate America, I don't feel like it's going to be able to go through this whole entire pandemic and stay fruitful. I believe the small businesses are going to rise up and be the new corporations, the new franchises. All because the things that we need in today's time, corporations are not going to be able to satisfy if we're multiplying how we are. Quarantine babies, corporations failing. Really? Y'all look at it. Things are starting to change right before our eyes. So if you start small and you stay small, you have generational wealth. You're creating it. You stay small, you can multiply twice as fast, if not triple, than going to a corporation, them buying you out, and now you're working again, yet hard for what it is that at one point you had the possibility of keeping within your grasp. But people misconstrued the possibility of them doing things themselves and keeping themselves whole by putting what it is that was given to them by the universe into hands of people who just want to control. And see, that's when we settle. And when we settle, that's because pieces of us have been brittled. It has been, knowingly so, and trade for whatever it is that we want. And that takes a lot of your character. And so now we come into a place, we come into a society, we come into a worldly realm where it's frowned upon for a boy to turn into a man and stand confident, in all his masculinity. Truth be told, that can go for any gender, but I'm just saying, in full capacity. It's frowned upon to be ladylike. It's frowned upon to be a gentleman. It's frowned upon to be educated. It's frowned upon for you to have a voice. It's frowned upon to respect boundaries. It's frowned upon to give respect before someone's able to, receive it. It's just like the self-entitlement in your head. Jesus. So a lot of what influences us to do certain things is why it's so hard to find people with not so many holes in them, especially in their soul. You know what I'm saying? Like, just think about it. If somebody was to feel bitter, do you think their heart is whole? No, pieces is missing. So they're not going to do certain things, not because they don't want to. It's because the scars, the cuts are deeper than what the scars look like. So then again, we settle. I'm trying to tell you, man, like, life is crazy. So when we level up, we grow. We're open to growing. Again, I'm going to do another video on a certain topic. And so when we decide to grow, we decide to stay moving. Always move. Like, my pet child can't sit on me for the world because I'm always in the groove, in the move. An idle mind is a dangerous one. Just like if a person is to know that they're attractive, that motherfucker is dangerous. You feel me? The capabilities that this person knows of what they can do, it is out of this world. You feel me? So when you decide to grow, you see things differently. Now, when you decide to settle, that's when you choose to be complacent. That's when you choose to it's a slow stagnation that comes with it. And honey, if you ain't careful, your ass is in quicksand. I'm just trying to tell you something. You know what I'm saying? That's like you jumping from this tree house, ain't nothing but mud at the damn on the ground. Good luck to you. I'm going to take the little ladder that we got. That's up to you. But which one more do you sit with? I definitely feel as if like leveling up materialistically and physically is the quickest. It's the quickest. And it's hard as hell for you to not continue to settle mentally when it's so easy to gain things physically. I think that's probably why a lot of people walk around looking fly and their asses are just as deep as caskets on the inside. I really do. Like that, it really just makes sense at this point. Like, some people aren't willing to do the inside work to not settle. They're willing to feel like, you know what, roots and branches, they grow on both sides. But it's like, yeah, but one gives life, one expresses life, but after, at some point though, that's a video for another time. I'm gonna do that one in the warrior community. But nonetheless, it's just like, which one are you? Put it down below. Put it in the comments. Why do you feel like you're leveling up? Do you feel as if like, you're in a place where you're at a plateau? Express it. The only way for you to be able to grow is for you to be nurtured. And so that's what we're here for. But yeah, it was a really, really, really good perspective. It was really good. It was a really good point of view. It was a really good perspective, a different perspective. And it definitely just, it really makes you think about what it is that you're trying to bring to a relationship. If both of y'all equally have whatever, what do y'all bring to a conversation if y'all both have a vocabulary? It really makes you check your behavior. It really, really does. So shouts out to him. Y'all make sure y'all go over and check out his page. Let him know that Esteemed Queen Mentality sent you. Other than that, be sure that you like, share, and subscribe. Hit that notification bell down below. And I will talk to y'all later. Oh, wait. Wash your hands, including your thumbs, bitch. Now, I'll holler at y'all later. Bye.
The depths of the media sees no evil. Buildings crashing 9/11, no sake for the people. Children take to everything. Others willing to feel anything just to say they were there. Boyfriends, girlfriends, husbands, wives, domestic violence. Do you care? When the curtains close, your head hangs low. You're wishing someone was there. Just turn to me for relief. I know how you feel. I am you. You are me. We share symptoms of the black sheep. Aren't you aware?
This image, I remember howling winds, nights trying to hustle to 10 degrees, ash on my knuckles. Coke in my long john, sipping on the brisk. A tall glass of nigga, please, who get a sip of this? Coke in my long john, slave to the sin. Call me young coke there if the cops try to frisk. I may get a grip, I may get a grip. I man slapping 20s, lobster tails and some shrimp. I used to bump Wayne all day as a pimp, now I'm past Wayne Drake and going in.